Detroit Lions went on the road in week 1. They got bullied by the Green Bay Packers. They said, nuh-uh, that is not happening here in week 2, our home opener inside Ford Field. Detroit welcomed in the Chicago Bears. They welcomed in their former offensive coordinator in Ben Johnson, who is now the head man for the Bears. And you know what? Detroit bullied their former offensive coordinator today. Over 500 total yards of offense, and we'll get to that. For now, Lomas Brown, I'm Dannie Rogers. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Detroit Lions post-game show presented by Cure Auto Insurance. This was a bounce-back game. It was a very much-needed win in the column for the Detroit Lions after that week 1. We'll call it a butt-kicking. Oh, yeah. What stuck out to you first about this matchup?
Well, some butt got kicked today. Mm-hmm. We know that. And, you know, the teacher taught the student today. Dan Campbell taught Ben Johnson. But, Danny, I use the word complete. It was complete. I thought our offense, I thought Jared Goff from play 1, I thought he was in command. I thought he was comfortable back there. I thought he was making all the right reads that he needed to do. And those big fellas up front, they gave him plenty of time to do everything that he needed to do. It was so good to see them rolling off the ball, so good to see the running game get going, even though I know it could be better. But it was just great to see them look so much better than they did last week in Green Bay.
Yeah, you see those total yards, 177 for Detroit. Last week, they only had 46. So you're right about the run game coming back here. There was also an issue in terms of the red zone last week. This week, they go 6 for 7. They more than double their chances to get it done in the red zone. And then third down, 4 for 10 is another stat that I looked at. Slower start to that here today, but some positives, some very big positives for this offense today. Let's hear what the head coach, Dan Campbell, has to say about his team's 52-21 win over the Bears.
Really, story of the game, I thought, we talked about, our communication being better, our fundamentals, our technique, and then winning our one-on-ones. And I'm pretty sure we did that on a consistent basis, and the tape's going to say that. So, I knew the guys would respond. That was good. It wasn't perfect. We left a lot out there, but that's a step in the right direction. It's good to get the first win, right? It's good to get the first win of the season. And, we got explosives that we needed. St. Brown got us going. I thought Jared Goff played lights out. And more importantly, this offensive line played, I thought, a really, really good game, man. Protection, run game, they really got us going. And then defensively, man, we get the takeaways, 3 takeaways. It's huge. And 4th down stops. So it was just, man, you talk about complimentary football. We did that. And it's a good win. Questions?
You mentioned the offensive line, really both sides of the line this week.
Yep.
Really dominated. Just how impressed were you to have a bounce back like that and win both those matches up front?
Well, I don't know if impressed is the right word. I expected us to do that, man. That goes back to our standards. Those are our standards. And I knew we would play better, because our guys came into work and we knew what we needed to clean up, and we worked at cleaning it up. And they had the right look, and they came out fighting. That's what they do. So that's our O-line and D-line.
You mentioned the explosive plays. You did 5 passes and 29 plus a couple long ones. Is it, as simple as when the offensive line plays well, this offense maybe is explosive?
Well, look, I'll just bring it. It always starts with the O-line here. It does, and I would say probably most teams, but for sure us. And, when they play well, it really allows us to do a lot. It allows us to do a lot. And, that's a prideful unit. And there again, we had a couple of young guys in there that I thought played better. And they're only going to get better the more reps they get. So that was good to see.
Dan, can you talk about, now that it's over with, the dynamic of facing somebody who coached for you the first time in your career when it comes to head coach? And do you think that played at all in the motivation of the guys wanting to, show in or stand up for you or whatever the case may be?
I mean, I don't know all that. I know this. That was a tough loss last week. That was tough. We went out there. We expected to play much better than we did, we didn't give ourselves a chance. Green Bay got after us pretty good, and so I think more than anything that was a big part of it. I think we answered a lot of questions as it pertains back to what you said. I've said this all along, man. This train keeps rolling, man, and we got plenty here, and it always is going to start with the players. We got players, we got playmakers, and they're made the right way. They're the right kind of guys, man. They know how to get in the ditch and just start digging, man. They don't worry about the other stuff, so it's a good job.
Dan, were you and your team angry after last week? You said that really the motivation of how you guys played was in an orderly group this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, who wants to lose? We don't like losing, right? And it's one thing, look, a loss is a loss. They all stink. They hurt. But when you don't feel like you gave yourself a chance, that's even worse, and we didn't even compete. It doesn't mean we didn't try to compete. We never got in a position to where we could compete to finish that game out last week. So I think, to just get back on track, do what we need to do, it was big.
Say division games are like 2 games. Just a sense of urgency and mindset coming into this, like here's a little division game. What was that like as well? Just that sense of urgency.
Yeah, I mean, they are. These are big games. They count a lot, and these are the ones you got to get. So, we knew that, but I honestly go back to. It really, we made it as simple. I made it as simple as, man, let's just clean up the mess that we had last week. I mean, it's really not more than that. There's always going to be this, we don't have the rhythm offensively because we lost Ben, or we're not as good because we lost AG, or this player leaves, or what. And ultimately, it's, man, do you have the coaches? Yes. Do you have the players? Yes. We just got to clean a few things up. Man, let's make a better call here. In this situation, that'll help the players. The players, man, it's the footwork, it's alignment, it's assignment, it's your finish, and it's really what we focused on.
Dan, it's one thing to say going into a game that takeaways will be a point of emphasis, but what is it about the defensive aggression, the scheme that allowed you guys to actually put that into motion?
Well, I just think there again, we play sticky coverage. We play sticky on the back end, and we do a lot in the front. Between our fronts and our backers, we give people a lot of different looks, and to do that, man, your guys got to be on point, and they got to be sound. I mean, Shep gives those guys a lot of leeway now, but that means they all got to be on the same page. But we're fortunate we got some bright guys that are football players, and so when you're able to do that, and you feel like you can. The opponent doesn't always know where it's coming from, and then you can play sticky on the back end, man, that's hard. All it takes is the quarterback holding it for just a tick, and you get there.
It seems like you guys are a different team coming off a loss. You haven't lost 2 in a row in 3 years or whatever. Are you a different team after a loss?
I just think, look, you're motivated to get that taste out of your mouth. You just... look, you don't ever want to lose focus or not play your best game, but sometimes it happens. And for certain reasons, or you may play great game and at the wrong time you turn the ball over 2 or 3 times, right? No matter what it is, I think it refocuses you, right? There's a sense of urgency that to just, man, let's go back to what we do, let's clean this up, and let's go get a win because nobody likes it. We take it personal, and that's big.
Stand in front of you guys and talk about the bread and butter and getting back to bread and butter, and it may seem so simple, but to get back to that and then to see basically every offensive weapon you had explode, how much easier does it make your job standing in front of your guys again this week?
Well, yeah, I mean, those guys, look, man, those guys, those are our dudes, man. They, they just get out of their way sometimes and let them go. Listen, we're fortunate here, man. We got a stud at quarterback who can handle a ton of information a ton of information and can get us in the right play. He's pinpoint accurate, and he's got weapons. And our O-line's playing pretty good. And so, we find our rhythm. We get the first down, and good things normally happen. So it makes me feel a lot better on the sideline seeing that, to answer your question.
That's not just only going to be put into one-handed catch.
That's it. That's the only place to be used. What do we need here? We need a one-handed catch right before halftime. Get him in. I'd say that that's 2 opportunities, and he's made 2 plays. So he's going to get more opportunities.
The importance of getting that touchdown before you get to the locker room.
Yeah, that was big. That was big. We were able to apply a lot of pressure right before halftime, knowing they were getting the ball coming out. That was a big play. That was a big play. Now, that whole thing was, they waving him out, but then nobody's stopping the clock. So we were fortunate that we got an opportunity to do it. And Goff and St making a huge play. It was great. No.
Did you see Kirby's stumble bums celebration in the end zone?
Who's that?
Kirby's?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Take a look.
You tell me to look that up?
Yep, look it up.
All right.
Guys, your prior success has put you at the top of the power rankings list. That's a good thing, right?
Well, just means you've gone from the underdog to the favorite.
But those expectations come from prior success, so that's okay.
What about Cure? Where do you guys rank on the power list?
Actually, we just got named by Forbes as one of the best car insurance companies in America.
Now you're the favorite.
Guess we have a lot in common.
Go Cure.
Go Lions.
Cure Auto Insurance. Drive well.
Detroit Lions Live is brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. Log on to Cure.com to see how you can save. No one other than safety Kirby Joseph would have made the stumble bum into a celly, and that is an ode to the play that Ben Johnson had his offense run last year in Chicago. A good measuring stick for Detroit's offense is yards per play. Last week, 3.8. Today, 8.8 yards per play. A big reason for that was Jahmyr Gibbs in the running game, just under 100 yards rushing today. He got the scoring going. First touchdown of the day. It was off of a couple of really great plays in the pass game. They were able to bounce back and forth between the pass and the run in that opening drive. What did you see from Gibbs that we didn't see in week 1?
Patience. And I'll say that, Danny, because I thought Chicago early did a nice job of trying to keep Jahmyr from breaking contain. I thought they really did a real good job of bottling him up, pushing him in where the rest of the guys were. But as the game went on and his patience got better and better, then the holes start developing for him. And we know with that speed, he could go at any time. So it was just great to see them. 12 carries, 94 yards, 7.8 average. That's beautiful right there. And then, of course, his counterpart, David Montgomery, Monty, getting it going. So I think we've seen Sonic and Knuckles out here today, the real Sonic and Knuckles today.
You call them the Sonic and Knuckles, or you can call them the bread and butter, because the run game is what starts here in Detroit. You heard that from head coach, but I will take all the credit for that, saying thank you very much, Lomas. You talked about Knuckles. It's David Montgomery, 57 rushing yards today. He followed suit with another touchdown after Jahmyr Gibbs. 10 times Gibbs and Montgomery have scored a touchdown in the same game. They are a duo that is hard to stop. How well do they keep defenses off balanced when Johnny Moe is able to go between both of them?
That's a great question, Danny, because you're right. You look at David Montgomery and you think, okay, this guy's going to be the guy that hits you between the tackles. No, David can get outside and do damage too. And then you look at Jahmyr, you think he's just an outside guy with a lot of speed, but he picks up tough yardages between the tackles. So I think they complement each other very, very well, doing opposites of what people think they should be doing. It's a great combination combination between those two guys. And like Coach Campbell said, the offensive line, he thought they did a great job in run and pass today. And you can see it reflected in the stats today.
We keep talking about the run game. Someone else who got involved in the run game today, wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Couple of carries for about 7 yards. That's great. He didn't need to do much on the ground because you know what? He was doing it all in the receiving game. 100 receiving yards before halftime. Amon-Ra has never done that before somehow in his career. He did it today, and he completes the hat trick. 3 big-time tutties to put these Detroit Lions way ahead of the Chicago Bears. Ends with 115 receiving yards on the day. How impressive is that?
Man, I tell you what, Danny, on those touchdown passes, it was just simple routes. It was out routes in the end zone, and nobody could cover him. I mean, nobody could cover Amon-Ra, and I know they had to know what was coming. So, I mean, again, kudos to the routes that he runs, because I say this. The routes that he runs gets him open. He's so precise in what he does, and we know he's not going to drop the ball. So, again, he is so valuable, and I always say that, Danny, that's the security blanket for Jared Goff right there, and he proved it today.
He is the security blanket. He is our player of the game because he just got off to such a hot, fast start that put Detroit ahead of Chicago. You break down some of his highlights. He makes everything look so easy when he's just chefing in the kitchen.
And Danny, they're not long routes that he runs, but the thing about him, he is dangerous after he catches the ball, the yak that he gets, the yards after the catch. And again, if you get anywhere around that end zone, you know you're going to be able to find him. And these guys with these celebrations, man, they keep you on your toes because you never know what's going to go on with these guys. But they have some great celebrations.
I wonder how much time they spend on those.
I think they spend a lot. I mean, all of them seem like they spend a lot on the celebrations.
Someone else who could get in on the sellies, wide receiver Jameson Williams, the man who was just paid, and you can see why. His 4th 100-yard game of his career came today in week 2. 64-yard touchdown in the third quarter on a 3rd and 8 play call. He ends the day with over 100 receiving yards and a nice tutty.
Danny, 54 yards per catch. It was 2 catches for 108 yards. If that don't tell you how explosive this offense is and can be, nothing else will tell you. And I mean, J-Mo, you just can see him continuing to get better and better and better. And what I love about him, even if the ball isn't coming to him, he does other things to make make this team, this offense successful. He blocks. He does any of the dirty little things that he has to do. And, man, you got to feel good for J-Mo. Like I say, he got paid, he got his money, and he got his production done today.
Yeah, and we have to talk about another receiver, Isaac Tesla. I was under the impression, because that's what we were told, he would get a much larger workload.
Yeah.
He did not. He actually got the exact same workload, almost the exact same insane catch. He's a walking highlight reel right now as a rookie, Lomas.
So, look, that's our play of the game, Isaac Tesla. Danny, I mean, one-handed. He don't need the other hand. I mean, he's doing everything with one hand. And you know what? When he caught that, you know the first thing I thought about?
What?
Ice cream. I wanted some ice cream because he's from Hudsonville, Michigan, and they make very good ice cream. But they're going to have to find a way, Danny. I know Coach said what they were going to do, and they didn't get around to it. They're going to have to find a way to get him more involved, get him in more packages, get him more plays, because this young kid is dynamic, and he's going to come up with a big catch for you, seem like every game.
I know. It was almost a touchdown. He was down at the 1-yard line, set up a very nice Amon-Ra St. Brown TD right before halftime and gave the Lions all the momentum heading into the locker room. Jared Goff, he is the quarterback of the game for a very good reason. The highest rating you could get for a QB is 158.3. Not sure where he fell short. 156 is his QB rating today. That is outstanding. Over 300 passing yards. His second most he now has the second most passing touchdowns in franchise history. He had to beat 118, Bobby Lane, He did that today.
You know what? I think I might start calling Jared the smooth operator. Because he is so, Danny, he looks so smooth back there. He looks so calm. Nothing rattled Jared. He was back there dancing, looking around, wherever he wanted to throw the ball. I even seen Jared break the pocket and go out. I'm like, whoa, is that Jared Goff doing that? But the smooth operator, again, this guy is so great. The stats that he's been putting up have been crazy. I mean, you look at 334 yards, 5 touchdowns, and like you say, the quarterback rating was almost perfect. So Jared Goff, I like when you call him QB1 because he is QB1.
Well, there was nothing smooth about him jumping up into the stands after that passing touchdown. I'm sorry. Someone's going to bring it up in the press conference. They just have to. But here you look side by side, a veteran going up against a second-year guy. The numbers just stand right out to you. Caleb Williams didn't have his best day. We will talk about it. He was sacked 4 times, pressure almost constantly during this game. But QB1 is standing by at the podium. Let's see if any of our colleagues ask about that little jump into the bleachers. I really hope so.
Jared, there's been a narrative about you that you can't survive without Ben or Sean McVay. You can't survive without Ben Johnson or Sean McVay. Today, man, I mean,
all it takes is one game, huh? Just
that's it.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I don't know.
Today you had a great game.
Nothing to say about that. It's we had a good day today, and we'd have to have a really long press conference if you wanted me to talk about that. But we had a great game, and I felt great out there today.
How important is St. just to this offense? To what
Yeah, he's a stud. He's as good as they get in our league. He's a stud. He does everything in the run game, everything in the pass game. As reliable of a player I've ever thrown to in my life. We've got a pretty good chemistry going on now for our 5th year, and it's been fun.
How important is that part of it, though, just the chemistry part after 5 years? Is it almost getting to a point where you just know exactly where he's going to be, at what point, and how difficult is that on the defense?
Yeah, it's hard on defense. And I even think we had the one in-cut on 3rd down that, like, we're both kind of like, man, we got to connect on that, like pushing each other in that way, where Jalen Johnson makes a great play. And it's those are the ones where we're like, no, we need to take it even further. We push each other really hard, we do. And I thought it showed up really on that back shoulder ball to him. Just being able to trust that he knows what I'm thinking and I know what he's thinking, and put it in a spot where only he can catch it, and then he makes the play, incredible catch. And it's a lot of work, though. It is. We put a lot of work into it and a lot of talk and figuring those things out.
Jared, Dan talked about how the offensive line really is at the core of what this offense does and makes you guys go.
Yeah.
Can you kind of just, in layman terms, what is it that was more effective today that allowed you guys to do what you did?
Yeah, those guys really gelled. I think they did. And I think in particular, Tate and Mahogany as younger players kind of were able to get last week out of the way and kind of settle in a little bit today, and more Tate so than Mahogany had experienced last year. But I thought Tate played great today. I haven't seen the tape, but at least in pass pro, I felt firm there. It felt firm. He felt strong. He felt like he was pushing downhill. It felt like he really settled in, and the more reps those guys get, the more they'll settle in, hopefully, as time goes on. And you just want to keep those 5 on the field at the same time, and they'll keep getting better. Yeah, sure. Yeah, there was nothing disrespectful about it, though. I think we've got so much respect for him and know what type of coach he is. And we knew he'd have them ready to go and reared up and going. And sure, did he know some of our stuff? Maybe. But, how does he get that communicated to the defense? I don't know. So there was some talk about that. But, no, man, I've got so much respect for him. He's done so much for me personally and our offense in years past that that'll never change.
How would you rate? You guys spoiled these fans here for so long, just with how you guys have been able to score. So when you don't score like that, naturally, people are going to overreact after the Green Bay game. But for you guys, speak about the urgency, man, just this week. I just wanted how was the urgency for you guys to just get it back on track? Even for some of the new guys.
Yeah, man, it was important. I think it was important for us to play efficiently. The points are going to come, the wins are going to come, but just to stay on schedule. I think on that first drive, I think we scored in 5 plays or something. I don't believe we had a 3rd down. Maybe it was 3rd and short or something. That's what we want to kind of get going, that like big chunk play after big chunk play, big chunk run, and just staying on schedule. And then ultimately up front, they want to keep guys off me and limit the sacks and allow me to kind of spread the ball around. And that's playing efficiently. And I thought that showed up incredibly today. And it was good. And at the same time, I will say this, though. I thought the first half we could have really opened it up there, and we didn't. And I thought that was a poor job by us. Our defense got us 3 turnovers, 2 in the fourth down stop, and we got 7 points out of that. It's not even close to good enough. And we were able to come out in the second half, play great, obviously. But that first half, there's still little things there, man, that we can clean up.
Tesla had another ridiculous catch today. How much trust do you get in him when he's going up and making a play every time he sees the ball like that?
Yeah, man, a lot. It really gains a lot of trust being able to put the ball kind of anywhere near him and see him come down with it. And that was part of why he was drafted here, is to be that type of player. And he's shown up, man. He really has, and gets better every week. And I'm sure his route tree is just going to continue to grow. I know we've hit the 2 go balls with him, but allowing him to run some different things as well and get the ball in his hands and see what he can do after the catch, all that stuff's coming for him. But yeah, he's certainly a deep threat, and those 50-50 balls are dangerous when he's out there.
Jared, you guys almost never lose 2 games in a row. You especially, I think it's like 11 times in a row. What happened? Is it anger? Is it focus? Is it what gets you guys riled up like that?
Yeah,
You in particular.
I think it's just I can only speak from my experience here. Like the want to respond, the want to like right a wrong and like fix things and do it better in practice, and the urgency to improve. I think that Dan's always talking about. Certainly early on in the year, it's just how can we get better every week. And sure, we lost the first week, and so we got better this week. We did. We got better in practice. We worked on certain things. We got better, and some of it showed up today. So yeah, it's just trying to find ways to respond. And I thought our defense played great as well and gave us a ton of opportunities, and we played as a full unit today.
A couple more guys until the celebration.
Me? Bad again, really bad. I know, really bad. I wanted to get up there because I've seen it for years now. I've wanted to get in the Lions leap zone. I'm like, all right, this is my chance, and bad. But I was waiting for someone to kind of help me out and like pull me up there, and I didn't get any help, and not good.
Just in layman's terms, all the explosive plays that you guys got today.
How many we have?
I think there were 5 passes of like 29 plus, Gibbs had a
Okay.
couple runs. So just, why they were there this week and maybe they weren't in the past, probably, a lot of reasons, but just in your eyes, why and how important they are to, distinctly.
They're very important. Yeah, they're very important, and I think we aim for like 6 to 8 maybe we aim for every week to get those explosives. I mean, you have 8 explosives, you're having a pretty good day. Why they were there this week and not last week? We executed better. We did. We got guys open. Guys caught the ball. I threw the ball better. We ran the ball better. We protected better. We did everything better. And I think that's kind of the gist of the whole thing. Like when we do it like we're supposed to, we've got such great players on the perimeter and guys I can distribute to. It should be explosive like it was today. But when we don't do things right, it can bite us. But it's a good lesson for us, and to stay on that kind of urgent improvement and do it again next week. Baltimore's a great team, and got to find a way to get better again next week to beat them, because I don't know if that would have been enough for them, certainly in the first half. And yeah, I know it's a long-winded answer, but finding ways to get better every week, and those help with those explosives.
Did you hear about Ben Johnson chance?
Yeah, I didn't like that. I thought that was, he did a lot for us here, and I don't know if he deserved that.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Saul, anybody else coming in here?
Guys, your prior success has put you at the top of the power rankings list. That's a good thing, right?
Well, just means you've gone from the underdog to the favorite.
But those expectations come from prior success, so that's okay.
What about Cure? Where do you guys rank on the power list?
Actually, we just got named by Forbes as one of the best car insurance companies in America.
Now you're the favorite.
Guess we have a lot in common.
Go Cure.
Go Lions.
Cure Auto Insurance. Drive well.
Detroit Lions Live is brought to you by Cure Auto Insurance. Log on to cure.com to see how you can save. Defensively, Detroit Lions caused havoc amongst Caleb Williams and his offense here today. And linebacker Jack Campbell was a big reason for that. Second week in a row, he led the Detroit Lions in tackling, finished with 7 on the day. And we are seeing why Dan Campbell named Jack Campbell the leader of the defense going into this season.
Danny, Jack is all over the field. Like you say, man, I watch him. He's from sideline to sideline. He took on the responsibility of wearing that green dot, or was handed that responsibility of wearing the green dot, getting guys lined up, getting the defensive call there, making sure guys are doing what they need to do. But he kept his aggressiveness. I mean, Jack has been almost like a machine out there. He's been one of the reasons why we've been so good in the run game early in this year, eliminating these teams. So I expect him to just keep getting better and better. He's a young fella. The more experience, the more games he gets under his belt, the better and and better he's going to get.
For the fans at home, if you can hear screaming,
yeah.
it's because Isaac Tesla is out here. There's a youth football game post-game, and it is the same school that he went to growing up in Hudsonville, Michigan. So a lot of mini Unity Christian football players out here swarming Isaac Tesla for very good reason. Let's go to Aidan Hutchinson up there on the edge. Got the monkey off his back and recorded his first sack of the season coming in the fourth quarter. He also had a really big pressure on Caleb Williams. That led to a Kirby Joseph interception in this game as well.
Yeah. I mean, Danny, what's impressive to me is, like you say, Aidan getting to the quarterback. But look at that. Quarterback hits in 17 straight games. I mean, and Danny, it only shows 1 sack right here. But he could have had at least 3 sacks. It was a couple of times he got close. Quarterback got the hand on this ball. But when you look at him setting, or tying the franchise record for hitting quarterbacks in 17 straight games, it's just impressive. And just like I talked about Jack Campbell, Aidan is just going to continue to get better and better and better. Davenport, the other guys on that line, when they get to going, I think it's just going to make it a little easier for Aidan to get back there and cause havoc with the quarterback. The other thing, Danny, when guys wasn't getting close to Caleb Williams, I think he was feeling it. I think he was seeing ghosts, and that's how you affect the quarterback. If you don't hit him, make him get that ball out of his hands fast, and he did that a couple of times.
Make him make some bad decisions, and that's what Caleb Williams did on that interception. Hutch talked to our Anthony Bellino post-game. Here's what he had to say.
Heartlines fans, we're down here on the field right now with number 97 himself, Aidan Hutchinson. And Aidan, the home opener for the season. You guys get back to 1-1. First game back in front of these fans, man. What did it feel like for you?
Incredible. I want to say appreciate you guys for the support. It was a hell of a game. We'll see you guys soon.
Now, complimentary football, we talk about it all the time, Aidan. Your offense, they were firing on all cylinders. Jared goes for over 330 yards, 4 touchdowns. What was it like to see the offense out there churning and burning?
Man, that looked great. That looked great. Shout out the boys on offense for giving us some ops on defense. Hell of a game. Hell of a game.
Fans, make some noise for number 97. Don't forget the House of Hutch collection. You can get it inside the Lions Supply right there. Go ahead and get number 97's merch. And good luck in Baltimore next week.
I feel like Hutch just wanted to pick AB and put him up into his pocket and just
mean,
carry him home.
Is AB getting diva-like on me? Does he make clothing change throughout the game?
Yes,
because that's not what he started off with.
He did do that. I love that you're calling him a diva right now.
Diva.
Speaking of Hutch, he forced that interception into the arms of Kirby Joseph. He was there at the perfect timing, was able to anticipate a bad decision coming down the pipe, and captured his 18th career interception. He did that in the second quarter, just after Brian Branch forced a fumble against that Chicago offense.
Danny, that was great to see us getting turnovers. Like you say, BB causing the fumble, Kirby patrolling the backfield. I mean, and he could have had 2 if Caleb would have threw a worse ball, but anyway, I digress. but it's great to see Kirby back there again. He's kind of like our center fielder. He'll clean up anything that goes deep. Love the range that he has. Him and Brian Branch, like we've always said, Danny, the best duo, safety duo in the league right now, and they're playing that way.
Now, speaking of Brian Branch, he was playing mad today. Someone made this man mad this morning because that is how he flew around the field going 100 miles per hour at Chicago's offense. He finished with 6 tackles on the day, couple of forced fumbles, I believe. Yeah, so he was causing havoc everywhere.
I met his mom the other day, and his mom told me she was going to have him right. So you know when your moms talk to you.
I'm sorry,
Oh, yeah,
what?
yeah. I met his mom, lovely lady. And like she said, she was going to have BB ready, and he was ready. He was, like you say, he was hitting anything in the opposite color. He was out there hitting it, trying to get to it. That was a great forced fumble that he had out there. So another guy that we could count on to come up with big plays when we need it, Danny.
Yeah, that one forced fumble for Brian Branch. And he's standing by at the podium. Maybe he mentions his mom in this.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
Good about yourself? How y'all doing?
Just how important was that for effort for your defense overall, coming off of last week, being able to generate some turnovers, get after the quarterback, just play really a better brand of football? How important was that today?
Very important. It showed us that we know what we're capable of doing. We know how good we are when we play, we execute what Coach Shep calls, and Coach Shep called a great ball game. And, you know, he put everybody in position to make plays, even though there were still plays that we missed out on, I missed out on. Just moving forward, we know what, we reestablished our brand of football, and I feel like this was an important game.
Officially credited to you, but where you forced 2 fumbles in the play before, that one with Rome in the middle of the field right there. Ever had to play like that before?
No, sir, I never had to play like that before.
What the importance of getting some of those takeaways for you guys and what you want to accomplish on defense?
It's huge. You know, in this league, that's what it's about, getting takeaways. Winning the turnover battle, and Coach Campbell and Coach Shep, all our coaches preaches that no matter what the offense is doing, defense got to force turnovers, and when we force turnovers, it gives our offense another chance to go score, and just giving them more opportunities. That's what we're supposed to do.
What was your argument there to the official on the rough in the passer one?
I feel like I don't get how that's rough in the passer where I'm jumping. And it wasn't even late to me. I'm coming down. It's not like I'm running full speed and I just bulldoze into him and he got rid of the ball. But he let go. I was already in the air and I just came down and he ducked. So like, I don't know. I disagree with it, but I owe Terrion. You know, I took away his first career interception and I feel bad, but I'm gonna give him one again. Yes, sir.
How much were you guys motivated about the coach on the other side, Ben Johnson?
Very motivated. We know coming into this game that this is personal. Really, all these games personals. But this one was just, we felt like we've been, you know, betrayed from the staff to the players. And, you know, we love Ben. We still love Ben. He's a great, you know, coach. He's a great mastermind. But yeah, it was time to get out there.
You said you felt what? Did you say betrayed? Or
Yeah.
That's a word? Okay. I wasn't
Because
sure
you
what
went to Chicago or in division, you mean? Staying in division?
Mhm.
Beyond that, you know, just the motivation to, after last week's performance, I guess get this thing ready.
Big. We're now 1-1 in our division. All these games we about to go on a stretch, and you know each game is going to be important that we play. So we got to just. It was a great win, but we got to move forward.
A lot more pressure, 4 sacks this week. Just when you guys are getting after the quarterback like you were today, just how much better of a defense are you guys?
A dominant defense. When we can generate pressure like that, and you know get the quarterback behind the sticks, it allows us to really, you know, determine what they want to do. I feel like when they behind the sticks, it's not too many plays they can run. So like, we playing our defense now when we get them behind the sticks.
The whole Ben betrayed thing, is that just because he went in division? I mean, did you expect him to take a job? Was there any?
That's above my pay grade.
I guess I'm at the root of it from like your point of view in the locker room, why you guys felt that way, or why you felt that way.
Just he could have went anywhere else, but he got to see us again. So.
Can you talk about the confidence that you guys, did it grow as this game's going on for you guys as a defense? I mean, did the chatter get a little bit more cocky from you guys as the game's going on, or what was it like out there?
I wouldn't say that. I feel like, you know, we just played our brand of football. It was no talking. We knew we had a chip on our shoulder coming into this game, and you know, we wanted to dominate. And I feel like, in some areas we did, in some areas we didn't.
How fun is your role? How fun is your role in this defense? I mean, you had a sack, a pressure, a pass defend, a forced fumble. It seems like they allow you to play all over the field. How fun is that? How much does that suit your game with just how they use you?
It's very fun. Knowing that they trust me doing different things, you know, makes me just want to go harder and just wants to, you know, help my team, whatever I can do to help my team win. That's what I'm here for.
Hearing you, Brian, did you guys come in like kind of pissed off into this game
Yes, sir.
because of last week or Johnson or what?
Last week played a big factor into this too, because we felt like we shouldn't have lost that game. But, you know, we knew it was at stake with this game. Another division game. Chicago is a great team. Ben is, like I said, Ben's a great coach. And, you know, we got to play these boys again. So each game is going to be, we're going to have a chip on the shoulder.
Brian, Amik told us that Kirby masterminded the Stumble Bum celebration. Could you share with us how that came to be?
Honestly, I don't even know. He just told me, be my running back. And when I seen him stumble, I was like, he doing what JG did last year. So I just ran up the field.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank y'all.
It's official. Brian Branch was mad going into this game, and Kirby Joseph is the boss in that room.
I like that, and we know now they practice these celebrations, so we do know that. But, Danny, it's just been great to see the growth of Brian Branch.
Yeah.
It really has, to where, like he said, they trust him. They put him all over the field. And the thing that I think goes unnoticed or untalked about when you talk about a player that they play all over the field, how smart they have to be. All the different positions they have to line up in. You have to know all these different calls, where to be at. So he's a very intelligent young man, a very intense young man. And I'm telling you, see ball, go get ball.
Yeah, that's what I mean. One of the best day 2 draft picks there might be for the Detroit Lions. Hopefully Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't hear that. They're tied. We'll tie them. Okay, let's take a look around the league for some big opponents. Green Bay getting a big dub over the Commanders, 27-18. Bengals over the Jags. Patriots putting it on the Dolphins.
Wow.
Dolphins they're going to try to find their way here. We'll see. Okay, here's a big one. Detroit is going to be taking on Baltimore next Monday. Monday Night Football. Out there at their place, 41-17 over Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns. Let's talk about some Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, his team fell short in a thriller of a week 1. Throwback to Josh Allen and Matt Prater kicking the game-winning kick through the uprights. But he's got some big weapons like DeAndre Hopkins, Zay Flowers in that offense. They couldn't really get the run game going today for Baltimore. But what sticks out to you about this matchup incoming next Monday night?
Yeah, Danny, if I reflect back to the last time we played these guys, they really dominated us in the run game. I thought Lamar had a big game against us, and I thought their running back, who wasn't Derrick Henry back then, he had a big game. I think it's going to come down to us controlling the line of scrimmage. And I know people say, man, this sounds like the same thing. But that's what football is. It's all about controlling the line of scrimmage. And when you got a guy like Derrick Henry, the complement of Lamar Jackson, it's going to be very important for us to keep gap integrity and get off of the blocks. Offensively, more of the same, Danny, more of the same. I mean, I don't think Baltimore could stop us. I think we stop ourselves when we don't score or when we don't have successful drives. So, again, I know Coach Campbell, even though they had a great game today offensively, he wants these guys to continue to get better. As Jared said earlier, in the first half, they left some plays out there that he's really disappointed about that could have really took this score up somewhere. So it'll be interesting to see as this week progresses what the Lions want to install game plan wise, but it's going to come down to the line of scrimmage.
Lions were comfy in their own home today. So going on the road against Baltimore in prime time, that's going to be an actual true measuring stick to see if they've got the communication issues figured out along the offensive line and, you know, how stacked this defense really can be.
No, you're right about that. And again, I just think after a game like this, our guys got to be, meaning the offensive line, got to feel confident. They got a little air in their chest. They're going to walk around like this for about a week, Danny. So they have to feel good. And I think going into that Baltimore Monday night game, right? We got a Monday night. I think, you know, the nation's watching, you know, is a kind of question marks about the Lions. Where would they be without their coordinators? Well, I think these guys want to prove where we are against a very, very good Baltimore team that a lot of people picked to represent the ALC in the Super Bowl.
Week 3, Detroit Lions have an opportunity to answer a lot of questions, and they're going to do it in prime time against the Baltimore Ravens. For here, We are closing this thing out. 52-21
Yes.
is the final from Ford Field. Detroit putting it on the Chicago Bears here in week 2 to get their first win of the season. For Lomas Brown, I'm Dannie Rogers. Thanks so much for tuning into the post-game show. We'll see you next Monday on the road in Baltimore.